What happens when you grow up in a society that teaches you to shrink, only to become one of its boldest, most visible fashion disruptors? That's the story of Buhle Dhlamini, a plus-size model, body-positive influencer, and Instagram powerhouse who isn't just challenging stereotypes, she's replacing them. With every confident pose, every vibrant outfit, and every unfiltered post, Buhle sends a message loud and clear. You do not need to change your body to be beautiful. You just need to own it. From South African townships to digital stardom, Buhle's rise is anything but conventional, and that's exactly what makes her story so worth telling. Let's rewind the clock and see where it all began. Buhle Dhlamini was born and raised in South Africa, a country known for its vibrant culture, diversity, and evolving sense of beauty. But for Kavya women, the fashion industry wasn't always welcoming. In a media landscape saturated with Eurocentric ideals and narrow body standards, Buhle stood out, and she stood tall. Growing up, she faced all the usual pressures, being told to slim down, to cover up, to conform. But even as a young girl, there was something in her that refused to shrink. She experimented with fashion, embraced bold prints, and exuded confidence long before she had a camera to capture it. From street style to family gatherings, Buhle always dressed like the world was her runway. Little did she know, her future runway would be digital and global. It started with a phone and a dream. Buhle began posting photos on Instagram not to become famous, but to express herself. With each post, she shared her outfits, her mood, and most importantly, her mindset. She styled herself in outfits few plus-size women dared to wear publicly: crop tops, short dresses, bold accessories, vibrant prints. She wasn't just showing off clothes. She was showing off courage. Her captions? Real. Her tone? Empowering. Her message? You are enough right now. As her following grew, women began tagging her in their own bold outfits. She was more than a content creator, she was a catalyst. And the fashion industry was about to take notice. It didn't take long for brands and magazines to notice Buhle's magnetic presence. Her ability to radiate confidence through a screen made her a natural choice for campaigns focused on inclusion and diversity. She walked in plus-size fashion shows across South Africa and collaborated with body-positive brands like PlusFab, Rough Tongue, and Style Mode. Every time she stepped onto a runway or posted a brand collab, she carried more than fashion. She carried representation. One of her most iconic shoots featured her in a bright yellow African print two-piece set. No retouching, no hiding, just Buhle, boldly standing in the sun, skin glowing, confidence palpable. For curvy African women watching from home, it wasn't just a photo. It was permission. But Buhle didn't stop at modeling. Her voice became just as powerful as her visuals. Buhle isn't just a model, she's a movement maker. She speaks out on issues like fat phobia in African households, toxic diet culture, media underrepresentation, mental health and self-worth. She's not afraid to call out brands for performative diversity or clap back at trolls. In one viral post, she wrote, "I'm not brave for wearing a bikini. You're just not used to seeing bodies like mine celebrated." For Buhle, every outfit is a form of resistance. Every photo is an act of defiance against years of silence and shame. And that's exactly why her online presence is so magnetic. Today, Buhle has carved out a powerful presence on Instagram. Her page is a mosaic of bold fashion, traditional African prints, empowering quotes, vulnerable reflections. She shares everything from styling tips to stories of childhood bullying to affirmations that uplift and inspire. Whether she's dressed in a figure-hugging jumpsuit or wrapped in traditional headwear, Buhle's aesthetic is Afrocentric, elevated, and electrifying. She doesn't chase trends. She sets them on her terms. But the woman behind the glam is just as inspiring. Softness, strength, and Buhle Dhlamini is intentional about protecting her peace. Though she keeps her private life relatively low-key, her values shine through every post. She often speaks about setting boundaries, healing from generational trauma, embracing femininity without fear. She's also passionate about uplifting other women, sometimes sharing advice, resources, and even her own fashion contacts with aspiring models. Her mantra? Take up space, but also protect it. It's that blend of boldness and emotional intelligence that makes her stand out in a sea of influencers. Ready for a quick profile snapshot? Let's break it down. Fact. Details. Full name: Buhle Dhlamini. Nationality: South African. Birth date: estimated mid-1990s, TBD. Height: approximate 5 feet 7 inches, 170 centimeters. Body type: curvy/plus size. Profession: model, influencer, body positivity advocate. Known for Afrocentric style, bold fashion, activism. Instagram: @Buhle Dhlamini. Favorite looks: African prints, bodycon dresses, head wraps. Languages: English, Zulu, or local dialect. Net worth: TBD, emerging influencer. But numbers can't tell the full story of her impact. Buhle is more than a model, she's a mirror. A mirror for every African girl who was ever told she had to shrink to be beautiful. She is redefining what a South African fashion icon looks like, celebrating curves, melanated skin, cultural prints, and unshakable confidence. She's part of a broader wave of African women who are reclaiming their stories, their spaces, and their style. Buhle's journey reminds us that visibility is powerful and representation isn't a buzzword, it's a necessity. Her influence reaches beyond the timeline. It lives in every woman who finally sees herself and says, yes, I'm enough, too. So, what can we learn from her powerful journey? In every sense, Buhle Dhlamini is a force of nature. Her story is more than fashion. It's more than photos. It's a manifesto. A bold declaration that your body is not a mistake. Your curves are not an apology. Your skin is not a limitation. She's living proof that when you own your power, the world takes notice and adjusts accordingly. If Buhle's story empowered you, smash that like button and tell us in the comments what part spoke to your soul. Want more curvy queens shaking up the status quo? Hit subscribe and join the Curve Chronicles community. Because here, we don't just celebrate beauty, we redefine it. Curve Chronicles, where every curve tells a story.